The Economist.
The special report I've written on India looks at its ambitions, realistic ambitions to industrialise very quickly, and also at the problems that it faces in trying to do this. One of the most serious of these is certainly the rottenness of India's primary education system. According to the best estimate taken from a survey in 2001, only about 65% of Indians are literate. This is a really terrible statistic. In China, for example, 90% of people are literate. And India's definition of what constitutes literacy, that is 2 years in an Indian school, is rather optimistic. The very great extent to which Indians can't read or write is a very serious threat to India's aims. Illiterate men are generally not fit for very productive employment in a modern factory, for example. And it's hard to teach illiterate women basic sanitation, and thereby reduce infant mortality, which India has a lot of.
हमारे 180 बच्चे हमारे विद्यालय में अभी तो टीचर्स कम हैं यहाँ पर एक शिक्षा मित्र हैं और हम 3 टीचर्स हैं.
The main reason that India's primary education system is so bad is the most obvious one. Indian governments have never spent enough money on it. There has been some progress, most obviously on the school enrolment rate. In fact, almost all Indian children do at least now start school. This suggests that most Indian parents, even illiterate ones, perfectly well understand the advantages, the importance of getting their children educated. But the government can also take some credit for encouraging them. For example, it has massively expanded a programme of free school meals that it inherited from its predecessor. The bad news is that the teachers tend to be overworked and badly trained, badly motivated. In fact, theirs is a pretty unenviable job. Crowded classrooms, insufficient teaching materials, and generally abysmal school facilities. Not surprisingly, many Indian teachers simply don't show up to work.
ये एक पहला कमरा ही है. इसमें बच्चे कक्षा 2 और 3 के बैठते हैं इसमें. एक कमरे में 3 विंडो है इसमें. एक डोर है, दरवाजा है इसमें. टॉयलेट यहाँ ये खराब अभी ये ताले टूट गए ना बच्चों ताले टूट गए इसलिए खराब हो गया थोड़ा इसी में करे आते हैं फिर क्या करें बाहर चले जाते हैं खुले में चले जाते हैं क्योंकि प्राइमरी का है जूनियर का बना हुआ है टॉयलेट जूनियर का बना हुआ है प्राइमरी का बना नहीं है टॉयलेट कई बार लिख के दिया है वो बनाते नहीं हम क्या ना खाली चा चम्मच चा छतरी पढ़ाई के में तो हम हेल्प करते ही हम किस लिए रखेंगे या निरक्षर है ये लोग गाँव के तो बहुत से लोग वहाँ पढ़े लिखे बहुत से नहीं पढ़े लिखे तो उनको तो इतना ज्ञान नहीं है कि क्या होगा फिर वो समझाते हैं उनको हम कि पढ़ाई बच्चों के लिए ज़रूरी है अंगूठा लगाने लायक बच्चे नहीं रहे अपने सिग्नेचर करने लायक पढ़ने लग जाए बच्चे.
Because India's primary schools are so bad, many children drop out of them. By the age of 14, half of India's children have quit school. For some of them, that means no more school, but many Indian children are then sent to private schools. Most of them are informal and therefore completely unregulated.
स्कूल जाते हो? कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ते हो आप? तुम सरकारी में जाते हो प्राइवेट में? प्राइवेट में? ये कितना है?
ये स्कूल जाते हैं ना? ये 5th में कौन है? आप 5th में हो? और अशोक अगर ये बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं तो इन्हें पढ़ना क्यों नहीं आता है? आपने कभी सोचा है?
हम अनपढ़ हैं, हमें
तो आपको क्या है, आप देखो कि ये पढ़ सकते हैं कि नहीं।
हम तो न्यू देखते हैं, पढ़े हुए जानते हैं जी।
आप कुछ पूछना चाहिए कि आप 5th में हो और आप पढ़ नहीं सकते हो, आपको पूछना चाहिए उनसे, ठीक है। थैंक यू।
If India is to get serious about primary education, and it really needs to, it could make a start by bringing informal private schools into the formal regulated system and to get access to proper standardized teaching materials. At the same time, and this is much more difficult, India needs to think much, much harder about how to improve state primary education. In Bihar, which is one of India's poorest states, the government has made its primary schools accountable to local governments, and there have been some encouraging results. India's central government is promising to try the same trick across India as part of a new education bill that's currently awaiting Parliament's approval. Altogether, indeed, this policy would be hopeful.